Okay, I want to walk you through the setup of how easy it is to set up an account. So we're going to set up a collection agency account here, and I'm going to go to sign up, and I will create a name for myself. So I will say that this is Oz Collection Agency. Okay, Brown, because I've got a lot of accounts in here. So we'll just do it nice and simple. The next demo. I answer salescalls.com. Okay, I'll give myself a phone number and I'll give myself a password. All right. Okay, so now I'm setting up a simple account for myself. And now at this point, I'm going to get a verification code. So I'm going to go ahead and type that into here and I'll click on verify. Okay, perfect. So this is my collection agency. So I'm going to call it Oz Collection Agency just because I'm very creative that way. All right, and it's going to be collections collection agency. I'll put just something here. It looks like it does require an address for my business, so I'll just put like a simple address, and I'll go ahead and click on done for this. Great. So now that I've got my basics set up, the next thing that I need to do is I need to actually create an agent for myself or a bot. So I'm going to call this, I don't know, I'm going to name it Claude. Okay. And the products and services. So I did some research on this ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some products and services that I know that a collection agency would normally do. So I'll put in that we do debt recovery, we do payment negotiation, legal assistance, right? Legal action assistance. Okay, so I'll put those particular few things that we do. And there are some voices that we have for two different kinds of things. So if you're going to be doing things like webinars and things of that sort, you can pick a voice for that. Or you can also, there's a lot more things that can be done here. You can also give it like its own personality, expertise that it might be in. We'll talk about those things later on. But just for quick general setup, I'm going to request a phone number, okay, for this because obviously I want to be able to take inbound as well as outbound phone calls for this. And I'm going to also suggest that we use real-time voices for this as well. So that will allow for me to have my agent have a nice casual speaking voice as well. I'll pick one of these voices down here. Let's just see if this sounds great.
Hello, I'm Nick. My voice is designed to be clear, natural, and
Great. So I'll just pick Nick as my guy that I'll use for any of the voices that happen over the phone. If anything comes through, I wanted to call my phone number specifically. So I'll put my, cell phone in there as where I'll receive SMS alerts and things of that sort. And I'll click on create. Great. This is letting you know that the first one is free. Each additional agent that you create is $25 additional added to your monthly bill. Okay, so now that I've got Claude set up, I'm waiting for a phone number to happen. But in the meantime, I can add some additional things. So I would say, support at my, agency.com, right? In this particular case, I'm just going to just make it my company. Answer sales calls. I forgot that health.com. And then my website, it would be to grab like a standard, collection agency. So I just picked this one to begin with. So I'll pick these guys here. All right. So they just happen to pop up first. So if that's a problem for you other debt collection agencies out there, you might want to take that into consideration as well. Your SEO is not necessarily perfect. So we've got the debtcollectorsinternational.com. I've got a phone number assigned to Claude now as well. So we can look at that shortly here. And I think everything is all up to date. If I wanted this to book appointments for me, it could also book appointments down here as well too by applying my specific calendar to this. So I'm going to update my bot now with those little pieces of extra information that I have. And I'm going to, now that this is done, I'm going to next go back in one more time, see what the assigned phone number is for my setup. And it looks like my assigned phone number is that. Okay, perfect. So now I'm all set up. My business is actually now, for the most part, set up to actually run. If I were to call this, it would actually, have Claude, or excuse me, my agent named Claude talking to me about the different collection agency services that we offer. So I'll call this number really fast. So I'll use my phone to do that. Call 520-495-7597. I'll put it on speakerphone so you can hear what Claude sounds like.
Thank you for calling Off Collection Agency. This is Claude. How may I assist you today?
Hey there, Claude. I just wanted to learn a little bit more about the things that you offer. I've got some people that are just not paying me on time, and I need to know if that's something that you guys can help me out with.
Absolutely. I understand how challenging delayed payments can be. Actually, we specialize in helping businesses like yours manage and recover overdue accounts efficiently. Could you share a bit more about your specific situation, like how overdue payments are affecting your business?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's kind of impacting us greatly because people aren't paying on time. We're like plus 90 days on things, past due accounts in a lot of cases. And we just want to be able to quickly be able to recover from that so that our accounting is more in line. Is that something that you guys can help me out with?
Absolutely. It sounds like timely recovery of overdue accounts would really help streamline your accounting. Here's the thing. Our services are designed to efficiently manage and recover past due accounts, helping you improve your cash flow. Could you tell me how you currently manage these overdue accounts?
Okay, so that was a great conversation that it's having with me. It's actually, basically setting me up so that I can understand, or that the business can understand whether or not I am a good customer for someone to actually go back to. These agents or bots usually will represent one specific salesperson in your team, or maybe even a conglomerate of salespeople. They would get the leads that pop in. Those leads would then show up in your CRM. So if I go over to my CRM and I refresh my CRM. Oh, I forgot to select Claude as my bot. And I refresh my CRM. You're going to see that I came in. It didn't get enough information on me to say that whether or not this was a great call. It hadn't gotten to that point just yet, but the call log is still being monitored and figured out. So it would, update this as the call log comes through, and some details are gotten from that. It will have the phone number that I called in from. So even if it didn't get the name and phone number of excuse me, the name and email address of the person, if it looked like a really good call for what your business could be looking for, your sales team can now go in and actively pursue that inbound client. Right off the top, took a few minutes to get that whole thing set up. That's how we would actually allow for you to quickly set up your environment to be able to handle inbound calls, inbound leads coming into your collection agency.